Welcome to my channel, Learn English with Podcast.
Quick question. What's the very first thing you do after you wake up? And be honest, because I bet it's your phone.
Guilty. Okay, maybe not the best habit, but yes, you got me.
See, I knew it. Welcome to Learn English with Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Jessica. Today we're talking about something super practical, daily routines. The little things we do every single day.
This is such a great topic because it's full of everyday English, the kind you actually use, not textbook stuff.
Exactly. So let's start at the beginning. James, walk me through your typical morning.
Okay, so my alarm goes off at 6:30. I usually hit snooze once, maybe twice if I'm being honest.
Hit snooze. That means pressing the button so the alarm stops for a few extra minutes and you can sleep a little longer.
Exactly. We all do it, right? Then I finally drag myself out of bed around 6:45.
Drag myself out of bed. I love that expression. It means getting up feels heavy and difficult, like you're literally pulling yourself.
That's exactly the feeling. Then I head to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and splash some cold water on my face to wake up properly.
Splash water on your face. Such a natural everyday phrase. What about breakfast? Do you actually make time for it?
I try to. Most days it's just toast and coffee. But on weekends, I like to take my time and make something a bit more substantial.
Substantial meaning bigger or more filling? So weekday toast versus weekend eggs and bacon kind of thing?
Exactly that. What about you? Are you a big breakfast person or more of a grab-and-go type?
Definitely grab and go. I usually just grab a banana and a coffee on my way out the door.
Grab and go, meaning quick and convenient. No sitting down required. That's such a common lifestyle now.
It really is. Everyone's rushing in the morning. Speaking of rushing, do you commute to work or do you work from home?
I work from home most days, which honestly saves me so much time. No commute means no traffic and no stress.
Lucky you. I have to commute about 30 minutes by train, so I usually leave the house around 8.
30 minutes isn't too bad. What do you do during the commute? Music? Podcasts?
Usually podcasts, actually. Sometimes English ones, just like this. It's a great way to multitask and learn something while traveling.
Multitask. Doing more than one thing at the same time. That's such a useful skill, especially in the morning.
Definitely. Okay, let's talk about the workday itself. What does a normal day look like for you?
I usually start by checking my emails and making a to-do list. I like to know exactly what I need to get done before I dive in.
To-do list. Such a basic but essential phrase. And dive in means to start something with energy and focus.
Exactly. Then I work through my tasks, usually with a short coffee break around mid-morning to keep my energy up.
I do the same thing. Around 11, I always need a little break, or I start losing focus completely.
Losing focus, meaning you can't concentrate anymore. Your mind starts to wander. Totally normal, especially in long work days.
So true. What about lunch? Do you take a proper break or do you eat at your desk?
Honestly, I try to actually step away from my desk. Eating while working isn't great. You don't really enjoy the food or get a proper rest.
Step away from your desk. Good habit. I'm guilty of eating lunch while staring at my screen sometimes.
We've all been there. So what's a typical lunch for you?
Usually something simple. A sandwich, a salad, leftovers from the night before if I'm lucky.
Leftovers, food from a previous meal that you save and eat again later. Such a money-saving habit too.
Exactly. And it saves time too. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. What happens after work for you?
Depends on the day, honestly. Some days I go straight to the gym. Other days I just want to unwind on the sofa.
Unwind, to relax after a stressful or busy day. That's such a key part of any healthy routine.
It really is. I think a lot of people forget to actually build unwinding into their schedule.
So true. We plan our work and our responsibilities, but we forget to plan rest.
Exactly. What does your evening usually look like?
I try to cook dinner most nights. It's actually become a way for me to relax, weirdly enough.
That's not weird at all. Cooking can be really therapeutic. What kind of meals do you usually make?
Satisfying is the perfect word. There's something nice about making your own food instead of ordering takeout every night.
Takeout. Food you order from a restaurant and either pick up or have delivered. So convenient, but not always the healthiest.
Definitely a balance thing. I probably order takeout once or twice a week, which feels like a reasonable amount.
That sounds totally reasonable. Let's talk about something everyone struggles with. Exercise. Is that part of your daily routine?
I try to work out at least 4 times a week. Mostly weights, sometimes a run if the weather's nice.
Workout. Such a basic but essential phrase for exercise. Do you go to a gym or do you train at home?
Gym, usually. I like having the equipment and, honestly, getting out of the house helps me mentally too.
That makes sense. A change of environment can really shift your mindset. I'm more of a home workout person myself.
What does that usually look like for you?
Yoga mostly, and some light strength training using just body weight exercises. Nothing too intense, just enough to keep me feeling good.
Body weight exercises, meaning exercises that use your own body as resistance, no equipment needed. Smart and simple.
Exactly. And honestly, consistency matters more than intensity. Doing a little bit every day beats doing a lot once a week.
That's such good advice. And not just for exercise, for basically everything in life, including learning English.
Couldn't agree more. Small daily habits add up to huge results over time.
Let's talk about something a bit different now. Screen time. How much time do you think you spend on your phone every day?
Honestly, probably more than I'd like to admit. If I check my screen time report, it's usually around 4 or 5 hours.
That's pretty typical, unfortunately. I try to set boundaries, especially in the evening, but it's hard.
Set boundaries, meaning creating limits to protect your time or well-being. What kind of boundaries do you try to set?
I try to put my phone away at least an hour before bed. It really helps me fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply.
I've heard that blue light from screens can mess with your sleep. Mess with meaning to negatively affect or disrupt something.
Exactly. So instead of scrolling, I try to read a book or just talk with my partner before bed.
That sounds like such a peaceful way to end the day. Speaking of ending the day, what time do you usually go to bed?
Around 11, most nights. I try to be consistent, even on weekends, because it really helps with energy levels.
Consistent sleep schedule. Such an underrated habit. I'm a bit more flexible, usually somewhere between 10:30 and midnight.
That's still pretty reasonable. Some people stay up way later than that and wonder why they're exhausted the next day.
So true. Okay, let's zoom out a little. Why do you think having a daily routine actually matters?
Great question. I think routines give your day structure. Without some kind of plan, everything just feels chaotic and unpredictable.
Structure, meaning a clear, organized way of doing things. I completely agree. When I have no routine, I feel scattered and unproductive.
Scattered, meaning your attention and energy are spread out in too many directions with no clear focus.
Exactly that feeling. But when I have my morning routine in place, everything else seems to flow more smoothly.
Flow more smoothly. I like that. Like the day has a natural rhythm instead of constant chaos.
Right. And I think routines also save mental energy. When you don't have to decide everything from scratch every day, your brain has more space for important decisions.
From scratch, meaning starting completely from the beginning with nothing prepared in advance. That's such a smart point, actually.
It's called decision fatigue, by the way, when making too many small decisions during the day wears you out mentally.
Decision fatigue. I've definitely felt that. By the end of a long day, even choosing what to eat for dinner feels exhausting.
Exactly. So routines remove some of those small decisions, which honestly makes life feel a little lighter.
Now, let's talk about something practical. How do you actually build a new routine if you don't have one yet?
Great question. I think the biggest mistake people make is trying to change everything at once.
Right, like deciding on January 1st that you'll wake up at 5, exercise for an hour, meditate, and eat perfectly, all starting tomorrow.
Exactly. And then by January 5th, you've completely burned out and given up on everything.
Burned out, meaning exhausted and depleted, usually from doing too much too quickly. Such a common mistake.
So my advice is always start small. Pick one habit, build it consistently, and then add another once it feels natural.
I love that approach. Like starting with just making your bed every morning before trying to overhaul your entire life.
Overhaul, meaning a complete and major change to something. Small steps really do work better than dramatic ones.
There's actually a saying I really like. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
That's such a powerful line. It really applies to building routines, learning English, basically everything worthwhile.
Let's bring it back to language learning specifically. How can someone build a daily English routine?
I think consistency beats intensity here too. 10 minutes a day is way more powerful than 2 hours once a week.
Totally agree. What would you recommend as a simple daily English habit for our listeners?
Honestly, listening to a podcast like this one during your commute or while cooking, it fits naturally into your existing routine.
That's such practical advice.
You don't need extra time. You just attach the new habit to something you're already doing.
Exactly. That's called habit stacking, by the way, linking a new habit to an existing one so it sticks more easily.
Habit stacking. I really like that term. So, for example, listening to English while brushing your teeth or making coffee.
Exactly that kind of thing. Small, attached, consistent. That's the formula.
Let's talk about weekends for a moment, because they're often so different from weekdays.
Definitely. My weekday routine is very structured, but weekends are much more relaxed and spontaneous.
Spontaneous, meaning unplanned, happening naturally without a fixed schedule. Do you think that balance is healthy?
I think so, yes. Having structure during the week and freedom on weekends keeps life from feeling too rigid.
Rigid, meaning strict and inflexible. Nobody wants every single day to feel exactly the same.
Exactly. A little spontaneity keeps things interesting and prevents burnout.
What does a typical Saturday look like for you then?
Usually a slow morning, maybe a walk outside, meeting friends for coffee, and just generally taking things at a slower pace.
Taking things at a slower pace. I love that phrase. So different from the rush of a normal weekday.
Completely different. And honestly, I think that contrast is what makes weekends feel so refreshing.
All right, let's move toward wrapping up. Let's do a quick recap of everything we've talked about today.
Sure. So first, mornings really do set the tone for the whole day. Even small habits like drinking water or stretching can make a difference.
Second, build in breaks throughout your day, whether that's for lunch, coffee, or just stepping away from your screen for a moment.
Third, exercise doesn't have to be intense. Consistency matters far more than intensity, whether it's the gym or home workouts.
Fourth, set boundaries with screens, especially before bed, to protect your sleep and your mental energy.
Fifth, when building new routines, start small. One habit at a time beats trying to overhaul your whole life overnight.
Sixth, attach new habits to existing ones. That's habit stacking, to make consistency much easier.
And seventh, allow some flexibility, especially on weekends. Structure and spontaneity can absolutely live side by side.
Such a useful recap. And honestly, this conversation itself is a great example of how language learning can fit naturally into a daily routine.
Exactly. If you're listening to this on your commute, during a workout, or while cooking dinner, you're already doing it right.
So to everyone listening, your routine doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work for your life.
Start small, stay consistent, and be patient with yourself as you build new habits, in English and in life.
Keep practicing English every day. Even 10 minutes counts more than you think.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes, whether it's in your routine or in your English. Progress isn't about being perfect.
Thank you so much for spending part of your routine with us today. That genuinely means a lot.
See you in the next podcast. Until then, take care of yourself, one small habit at a time.
Bye for now, everyone. Keep showing up for yourself every single day.